Welcome back, I am the Pink One, and today we are going to be playing some more Demacia, Ionian drafty goodness. What have we got to work with? Well, first things first, at the end of last episode I forgot to complete our trade pick, so you're going to get to see us pick up today with that. We have three options. Vanguard of the First Blade for on guard, a combat trick that'll help us clear the way versus another big beefy threat. Only problem is Vanguard of the First Blade is vulnerable to removal, and On Guard is a really strong clear the way option versus a limited number of big bombs. We can throw something like a Plucky Poro and have it drag a 9-9 or a 10-10 right in front of it and clear the way for everything else that we need to get through. Next option, Ghost versus another back-to-back. That's more interesting than this choice. The reason we're keeping Ghost, I believe, is mostly for Zed and just pushing through a little bit of extra damage on top if we need it. If our opponent's got too much defense and our on guard can't get us through, having Ghost just shove Garen through so he can level up, or shove Zed through so he can level up. We really just want to have that extra little bit of flexibility, and a second back-to-back is great, but a third back-to-back is probably asking for trouble. So our last choice is Plucky Poro versus Shadow Assassin, and this is the trade we are going to be making. The reason being, Plucky Poro is a great one-drop, good at stalling the board out. Shadow Assassin just lets us have another solid buff target. We've been getting some good mileage out of our Greenglade duo. It's not been totally insane, but 4, 5, 6 damage she's been able to get in every game, and that's been putting us in ranges where we can burst people out with the 4 Demacias created by the Vanguard Sergeant. And it's another 3-drop that draws us a card. I'm including her along with the Vanguard Sergeants as our 3-drop draw cards, and that is something that we really can be happy to see on turn 3. So that's how we're gonna improve our deck. Hopefully it works out for us. Without any further ado, let's get into the game. Hopefully this game we get to see some champion-based action. The last few games has basically just been good minion trades, blowing up their stuff while looking for a couple of nice bombs to throw at them. So there looks like we're actually fighting a mirror. War Chefs is interesting. We actually have a really nice little curve here. The only thing that would make it better is a good target for all of these buffs. So I think that's what we're going to hold out for. Prismatic Barrier isn't it. The reason we threw back the 4 Demacia, even though it's a good card, we really want to have something that... we want to have a big enough board for it to matter.
Bring me tea to gain the strength of
looks
rivers.
like we're fighting the old hand buff Ionia Demacia combo. That was what I was thinking this deck would wind up being, but it turned out not to quite go that way. So now we get to play our War Chefs, which is essentially a 2-mana 3/4 by drawing the Cytheria of Cloudfield. We are playing all of our cards so that they are in play, and then we're going to hit them in the face so they have less life and are more likely to die in the immediate future. Demacia and Ionia don't do any real life gain shenanigans besides life-stealed minions. They have a couple of big 5-drops, but that's a while away. And hopefully, we're going to kill them on turn 6. Only thing I'm seeing...
My friend and I are toll collectors.
Alright.
Batter him!
A real battle!
Hand to the face!
How does support work? Buff the unit to its right.
Batter him!
Charge?
Good.
Can't
Swing
fight
it!
on an empty stomach! boss said so.
Nice trade. Free bit of chip damage. Hit him in the face. Didn't have to think too hard about it. They had to think very hard about it. Do I block? Do I not block? What do I do here? And all that nonsense. We're just gonna punch them in the face so they have less life. Next turn. I believe.
A cut above the rest.
Okay. That's a good plan. So now we have to. We have a choice here. We can protect or we can attack. I think in this particular case, the best option is going to be to protect.
Tie up.
I'm gonna drag that.
Get him! You're slouching.
Sorry for not talking enough. The issues I'm seeing are if we burn a spell here, we don't actually get a trade. We could block here, get a trade with the spell, getting us some marginal value, creating a 4/4 in the meantime.
I'll
Oh,
show you how it's done.
that's actually great for us. That's what we wanted to have happen. So we block like this,
Taste the
play the
glory.
spell, trade off against his guy. He kills my 1-drop. I keep my guy alive.
No one goes hungry. Victory lies ahead.
So now we're looking at playing a 4-mana 5/5 essentially. The buff was an option, but it's not particularly good if he has any sort of interaction spell. I'm not sure what interaction spells they could have, but
Feel the
they
sizzle.
definitely
Can't
exist.
fight on an empty stomach.
So I'd much rather play the 4-mana 5/5, give him the trade. He recalls my unit, which is a big tempo loss for me.
My sleeper.
However, next turn I can play the Vanguard Sergeant, start saving up some mana. Turn into that, play a Zephyr Sage, hopefully cloning the Laurent Plate Reaper. Yeah, things are turning up. Things are turning up quite well, actually. Vanguard Sergeant,
Soldiers, to me.
go. He can't attack. Next turn I can attack.
River shape the land and give it life.
If he wants to play his challenger unit, he's welcome to. I'm going to trade a card for a draw spell. 100% okay
Engulf
for me.
them. Sweep them away. Road's got a toll, and you're paying.
Fine.
What form will the waters take?
That will pass. I think.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
With this much interaction. He's not in Piltover, so he doesn't have the 5/2 that deals 1 damage to everything. jam.
Demacia shall
This
prevail.
Vanguard Blade in there. Give him elusive. Swing
Yield
with.
or perish.
Go. Next turn we are on 7 mana, which means we can play 2/3 and protect something. He's going to take 7 here. Just now realized that I'm basically forcing him to block. And it's fine. That was a big misplay for me. I didn't realize he was elusive. I thought it was just a 4/3 with hook. That really sucks. That might have been the misplay that cost me the game. Hopefully I don't forget as much. I just burned a card for nothing, really. You wanted to block that anyway. However, we do have options here. You're looking at playing this 4/3. Playing this 2/3, pumping something else. Next turn we jam for Demacia with Relentless Pursuit. Gives us 24 points of burst.
I've got your back.
He creates a protection spell, which is fine. Protection spell is only good
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
if he actually buffs it up and forces it to block something. Forces the block out of me.
Smell that? A fight's a cooking.
We're still just gonna pass. Next turn we're looking to wombo combo
Batter 'em!
Demacia and Relentless Pursuit. If we hit up one
Oh,
drop.
you're in for it.
Engulf them.
Okay.
Tie up.
This is actually really good for us. He's gonna say that one first.
Sweep them
It's totally
away.
fine.
Get them. Those pockets look awful heavy.
I'm gonna block
Eat up, friend.
this way.
Meet them head on.
5/3,
I pity you.
2/1. The blowout here is he's on 5 mana and he plays back to back. Yep. Wait. Am I dead? Oh, he killed me. Wait, no he hasn't. Aha!
A gift from the river folk.
That was close. I think we copied the Shadow Assassin. See what he plays. He plays nothing.
Full speed ahead.
3/1. I don't want to give him good trades if I can avoid it. He's drawn a lot of spells off his 2/1. Whatever he does, it's probably not going to be pleasant. Ally captures a unit. That's okay. not great, but kill that, we get our guy back. We have a bit of spell mana to work with. We have Fiora, which is interesting. We have 9 mana to play. We'll have 11 mana next turn if we play all 3 of these spells. So we're actually not doing terribly. We should be able to just see what his cards are. He has to play something. This has my captured guy in it. This is just a big 3/2 guy. If he wants to pull my guys. That's totally okay. Gonna recall my guy. I'm going to play
The Order rewards its faithful.
another unit. At this point, we're just worried about him sneaking in the attack, so we just want to keep on jamming out as many units as possible and match his board state.
Give me silver, I'll give you steel.
That's fine. We have to block everything, which is going to be
The steel is
unpleasant.
yours.
You're in over your head.
However, we get our 2/1 back, we get 2 more 3/3s out.
I protect my own.
It's too late for you.
So long as he doesn't give something trample, we're okay. I think he could have beaten me that turn with his, alright. We aren't dead yet.
My time has come. Another one.
What form will the waters take?
He's burned a lot of mana, so now I get to burn my mana.
Silent as
Blocking his
death.
stuff.
Always 2 steps ahead.
If only Fiora could see me now.
She can. She's not impressed.
Alright. We're going for the 1-turn kill. Is he in Ionia? He's in Ionia. He might counter. If he counters, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. So now we have some combat math to think about. We really want to keep at least 2 of our units on the board because we're gonna get 5 damage through. He's got 4 cards in hand. He might be able to pull our units out of combat, but we get a second attack step either way. This turn is hopefully going to clear his board and leave us with a board, which means we will have tempo for the rest of the match. We are just trying to dodge 2 damage to the face, which I don't think Demacia and Ionia have. Doesn't seem like something that would be in their colors. That's okay.
I will play my part.
Hardly fair.
I don't know what his trick is. That's fine. If he wants to play something, great. Not. Pursue him. Kill his guy, get my guys back, deal 5 more to his face, put him on a 1-turn clock, and
They cannot hide.
pressure his mana pool as much as possible. There we go. He's got 1 card left, 4 health. I can keep blocking him. I got 10 damage out of that. We're in a good state. We're in a good state. The best we can do is 6 on the 5 block.
My training is unconventional.
We win. So that was an interesting take on our general strategy. He was matching us pretty well there with his banishes and whatnot. But, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Getting nice and far in our vault progress. Almost have our Freljord box taken care of. And yeah, so what can we learn? I'm sorry my commentary hasn't been super useful. In general, I'm still reacting very much to their plays and trying to think of the best play that can maximize the amount of mana I spend every turn and leave the most stats on the board, because stats on the board allow me to attack, lower their life total, and make them closer to death. And so, yeah, that really just came down to a nice little combo we have with any of our big buff spells and Relentless Pursuit. It just gives us double value on those big 5 or 6 mana spells, which takes that 3 mana spell and adds essentially 5 or 6 to it, which makes it, what, 8, 13, 19 rounds, or 13 or 14 mana turn. Those are pretty good, especially on turn 9 with a bunch of swinging units. So yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope you saw some cool interactions, and I hope that this video can help you as you work on your expedition mechanics. Have a good one. I've been the pink one. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh wait, I lied. We're gonna keep going because we have a pick. You guys stuck with it, and now we're gonna pick something good to add to our deck. So we get Suit Up, Relentless, or Discipline. So Standalone's good if we have a big 2-drop. We don't at the moment. Honestly, our deck kind of wants that multiple units, so Standalone isn't going to be always active. Riposte is very similar to the way that we're using Spirit's Refuge. Spirit's Refuge typically ends up giving a bigger unit barrier and lifesteal. That's how we've been able to use it so far, and this just guarantees that a bigger unit gets barrier. My point is that we already have a protection trick. We don't necessarily need too many of them, and Standalone, like I said, doesn't necessarily work with our deck's general game plan. It's like so deviant that I'm nervous about putting it in. Greenglade Duo has been useful but not insane. Sown Seeds is mediocre. Zed hasn't really done anything in our deck yet. He's just there as like extra pressure for low mana cost. Garen hasn't done anything either, in all fairness. Laurent Bladekeeper has done considerable work buffing up our guys, making our math stronger, and I know I said we didn't really need 3 back-to-backs, but it's still a fantastic card in our deck, and I really don't see a reason to pick it over anything else that we have I don't really see a reason to pick anything else over back-to-back. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Garen. And with that, I'll say, have a wonderful day. I've been the Pink One. Good night.